So good to get another win, hard-fought game. Thought we did a lot of things well, some things obviously to clean up on, like there always is, but today's my youngest daughter's birthday, so I was asking her what she wanted for a present the other day, and she said a win. So give me a football with my name on it, Dad. So that's pressure, more than anything else. So I want to wish her a happy birthday, and good to get a win. You guys played hard, played physical, made some timely turnovers, came out in the second half, had an opening drive touchdown, stalled a couple times in the fringe, got hit on some bigger plays in the second half, but overall, good team win. And get ready to play Detroit.
Obviously, your defense, consecutive drives in the red zone, you come up with turnovers.
Yeah.
Can you talk about that and the games that Dexter Lawrence and Leonard Williams had on the inside?
Yeah, two good players for us, two good leaders. I think, I'm mistaken, Leo got that first one out in the pile there. And then Belton made a good play after they hit a couple big plays. Red zone defense, we've been playing it fairly well this year. This was in the fringe area, high red zone. Good plays. Everything starts up front, whether it's the defensive line or the offensive line, and Dexter and Leo, along with some other guys that have been playing in there, have been doing a good job for us. We're going to continue to need that.
What's her name? Is she getting a game ball?
Her name is Avery, and I'll figure something out to make sure she gets that, yeah.
I assume Saquon was fresh after the bye?
Yeah, you tell me. You looked it to me. No, I'm just messing with you. Yeah, what do you have? 35 for 152. The thing I think with him is takes a lot of shots. So we try to do the best job we can. The medical staff, the sports science of practicing him the right way. And this week he was fresh, so he was at a really good week of practice. He was, we were handing the ball at the 20, and he's running down to the 80 or to the end zone, 80 yards, and then coming back and doing it again. So I thought that, the stuff that he did during the week carried over. Obviously, he's having a good season for us. He had a good day.
His slide at the end, what did you think of him sliding to stay in bounds short of the first down?
Yeah. We would have liked to get the first down, but, we had a problem there in Jacksonville. So I think he was making sure no matter what, he was going to stay in bounds and let the clock go. So, yeah. Good game for him. No, that's okay.
How much at the end of the day? I know you always want to improve the mistakes, but how much at the end of the day are you just, happy to pull out a win, no matter how it is? How you perform?
No, you're always happy. It beats the alternative. It's hard to win in this league. There's a lot of good coaches, a lot of good teams, and like I said earlier in the week, if you play well, you have a chance. It doesn't guarantee you anything. If you do the things that cause you to lose, you're probably going to lose no matter what team you are, who you play, where you play, what time you play. So our job is just to focus on things that we can do each drive, each play, each day, each practice, not get too far ahead of ourselves in terms of where the results are, just stay in the moment.
What did you see from Dane, and how much did you have to change, not having Xavier in there? Did you change Julian's responsibilities at all, or Dane just...
No, those guys are interchangeable, but Dane's smart. That's why we drafted him. We thought he was a good player, and he's very intelligent. So you're always going to miss, your captains, your really good players like X is. But I thought throughout the week, Dane was practicing well, was ready to go, and we have no choice. That's what we expect.
Did he get hurt? Someone said he went into the X-ray room.
I don't know. Nope, I don't know.
Brian, when you sit a veteran like Kenny, do you say something to the player, or do players understand that?
No, I think Mike addressed it with him, and we went with Isaiah the second half.
Why has it just not worked with Kenny? I think there was the thought he'd come back from the injury, provide a little bit of a boost.
It's just after one game. You never know what can happen week to week. Go out there and try to have a good week of practice and take it day by day.
How much of that was based off the drop that, the one towards the end of the first half?
What, the Isaiah playing?
Him not playing.
Yeah,
anymore.
no, we just made a decision. We just made a decision to play Isaiah. It's as simple as that.
Brian,
And I thought Isaiah did a good job. Being here for a couple days, coming in, making a couple good plays, knowing what to do, being where he's supposed to be. Credit to him for the short amount of time he was here. So I'm glad we have him.
What's it like formulating a conservative game plan, maybe to protect your team from its weaknesses?
I wouldn't use that word. I would just use, we try to do what we think we can do, which was run the ball for 46 times. I think Jordan asked me, is it as simple as just running the ball with Saquon Barkley? The answer is no, because they do a good job. They made some runs, but each week we just do, Pat, what we think we need to do for that particular game. You know, if it's 60 passes, it's 60 passes. I mean, that's what we do as a coaching staff. That's what we'll always do. I wouldn't give it a label. I would just say we try to do the best job we can to formulate a plan and make sure the players execute it.
You just kind of chuckled when I mentioned that question the other day. Almost like it almost seemed like, hey, yeah, you know, we are going to run the ball. Like that's our advantage here. How much was that actually the case?
Well, look, I think that we've done some good things in the running game. I think Bobby Johnson and Tony and Bish and DeAndre do a great job of sitting down during the week and talking it over with Mike, and players understand what we want to do. And you know, Saquon, again, he had 36 touches today. You know, is that going to happen every week? I don't know, but that, you know, we wanted to get him going and get our line going and try to win the line of scrimmage. And Daniel had a 153 rating. Is that right? Is that right? So he was efficient.
How difficult of a throw was that he made to the Slayton on the touchdown?
Yeah, the guy was right in his face. Stayed in the pocket, and then Slay did a great job. You know, again, testament to Slay. We've always talked about that earlier in the, you know, what's going to happen in the preseason. Are you guys playing him too much? Are you trying to showcase him? Like, we've had confidence in him. He's had to earn it, and he's had to fight through some tough times. I'd say earning it, but he's done a really good job for us. You know, call it these last, I don't know, however many games of performing when his number's called, and you know that's the type of guys we want.
When you elevate a guy like Cager from the practice squad and get a TD and an onside recovery, I mean, is that a bonus?
I mean, he did his job. Again, like whether it's him, Isaiah, guys that we haven't on the roster, that's our job as a coaching staff, is to get these players ready, to find guys that, you know, that are out there, like Joe and his staff do, and, you know, try to get them in there and see if they can help us. And if they can, great. And if they can't, you know, look for some more guys. But there's certainly a lot of things that everybody, start with me, can do better. You know, but it's good to get a win today.
Anything else? All right.
Go ahead.
Were you pleased with how Adoree handled the punt return?
Yeah. We had a plan. We're going to use both of those guys based on situation, Richie and Adoree. Again, they did a good job during the week. You know, it's hard. It's hard when you have a couple bad plays that everybody sees. You know, Richie doesn't want to fumble the ball, and he does a good job of catching punts for us. And I have confidence in Richie. But again, you know, we had to make a decision for this week, what we thought was best, and that's what we went with.
Daniel, you and Slayton getting that connection going again today. Take us through that play with the touchdown.
Yeah, it was just a great play by him, really. He lost the guy on the route, and they brought pressure there, so just tried to get it to him, and he did the rest. So a heck of a play by him.
What's it like to hand it off 42 times?
What's that?
What's it like to turn around and hand it off 42 times?
Yeah, it was good, fun to watch. I think guys up front did a great job controlling the line of scrimmage all game. I thought we had a good plan in the run game coming in, and those guys did a good job executing. Saquon obviously did a great job running it. Breida did a great job when he got in there too.
How would you describe the way you played as the highest quarterback rating of your career?
Well, I mean, I think it helps when we run the ball that well and that effectively. So just, you know, try to convert in the opportunities I had, and thought guys made great plays. You talked about the Slayton one and a couple other, you know, key plays for us.
You said that Slayton made a great play on that, but you got crunched on that throw to Slayton. Did you feel it coming right there and know you were getting rid of it just in time, or did?
Yeah, I felt the pressure. They brought a blitz and twisted up front, and so, you know, great job by him losing the guy on the route, and then he did the rest.
Did you throw it to where you thought Slayton was going to be, or did you see Darius when he came out of his route?
I saw him on that one. Yeah.
How eager was Saquon to keep running the ball?
Yeah, I mean, I think he loves those opportunities. He loves the opportunity to take over a game and play, as well as he did. So, yeah, he played great all day.
On the Slayton touchdown, did you even see him running down the sideline?
I did, yeah. I mean, I got up, I saw him. Yeah.
Daniel, I know before the bye you talked about Andrew Thomas and what he's meant to this offensive line. For someone who's watched him his entire career, when he goes out every week, it seems like the consistency at his level. I mean, how much does that help the entire offense kind of build around him? I mean, it seems like it's almost one guy and then you can do whatever you want to do in the other 10 spots.
Yeah, I mean, he's played tremendously the whole year, super consistent at a critical position on offense. So, yeah, tremendous amount of credit to him with how he's played all year. He's been big time for us.
What about the idea that there was a play or two where you guys had 8 offensive linemen in for like a 3rd and 1, and you guys have former starters coming off the bench now on offensive line. How do you feel about the offensive line depth considering where it was maybe a year or two ago?
Yeah, I think, we got a lot of guys up front playing at a really high level, and I think you see that in the way we're running the ball and how we're controlling the line of scrimmage with a lot of that stuff. So, a lot of good players on the field when you're able to do that and some of those packages we have.
What does it say about your coaching staff that guys like Lawrence and Isaiah have only been here about a month and are able to step up in a game like this and help you out?
Yeah, I think it says a lot. I think they've done a great job getting up to speed and understanding what we're doing and trying to do, and then coming in and making big plays for us. So, those guys stepped up and played well today.
How much is on you from like a mental standpoint today? So maybe you guys are on the line a lot and you're checking a lot. Just how much with that do you have to do today?
I think we're communicating throughout the play and so getting a call and executing it. So not a ton.
So Mike is still talking when you're at the line there.
Yeah.
Walk into the locker room after the game, do you give yourself a split second to go 7-2? Wow.
Yeah, I think certainly. After the game, you gotta enjoy the wins and reflect a little bit on where we are. Certainly, it's a lot better on this side of it than how we've been in years past. So you got to enjoy that and appreciate it, but at the same time, know there's still a lot we need to improve on. There's a lot still out there for us to do, especially on offense. So that's where we're focused.
Galladay talked to us, and seems like he's searching for answers on how he can contribute. Anything you can do? I mean, obviously he got benched after the drop. Anything you can do to help him? Yeah,
I mean, I think we had a naked over to the left. I left it too far out in front of him. I got to stick that ball on him for sure. So, I got to do a better job, getting the ball in some situations and making sure I'm accurate when I get it to him.
7-2, Daniel. Are you thinking playoffs a little bit?
I think we're confident. I think we're a confident group, but we'll continue to focus week to week on what we got to do and try to go 1-0 each week. So that's where we are.
You came in with Dex, obviously crossing paths here, but to see him reach the level that he's reached right now and just seemingly dominating every week. I know you're probably not getting an opportunity to watch him as you're on the sideline, but was there ever any doubt in your mind that he could be the player that he's become?
No, I mean, I wouldn't say I'm surprised at all by the level of success he's had this year. I think he's played really well. I think since he's been here, and I think this year he's probably has a couple more sacks, getting a couple more pressures, but he's been extremely consistent for us since we came in here, and he's a heck of a player, and hats off to him.
Do you expect to get 35 carries coming into today?
No. You never know what to expect. Each week is a new opportunity, a new challenge that's presented. At the end of the day, you got to go with a one-on mindset and be able to do that.
How much fun is that to carry the ball that many times?
It's really fun, to be honest. At the end of the day, like I said, you just want to find a way to win games, and today that was the mindset that we needed to get the job done, and we're able to get it done.
How do you feel?
Feel good. How you feel?
How much do you like that formation with all the extra linemen playing extra tight end spots and stuff in front of you?
I love it. I mean, it's kind of just line up, letting you know that we're going to run the ball and come stop us. And they've been doing a great job. All those guys coming in, especially first reporting, making sure it's legal, and then going there and making plays. Crazy.
Story this morning that you got your people talking with the Giants about contract during the bye week. True, and did you feel like you were close?
Yeah, I mean, we got into a little bit of conversation, but at the end of the day, I put that in the past. That was a bye week. Obviously, we weren't able to come to agreement during the bye week, and my mindset is just focus on the rest of the season. Next week, going to Detroit and let it go. When that opportunity comes up again, focus on it then.
You're okay waiting till the end of the season?
Don't really care about it, to be honest. I just want to win football games.
Do you see it as a foregone conclusion that you're going to lock up long term sooner or later here?
No, I really don't see it as nothing. I just see it as another opportunity, another week, another day. Just come in. Like I said, it is what it is. It happened. I'm just happy that we were able to at least have a conversation. I know how they feel about me. They spoke really high of me. But like I said, we weren't able to get anything done during the bye week. And I agree with Joe. Just, lock it up and worry for the rest of the season and make sure no distractions come out of it.
If they change their mind, would you change your mind?
I mean, I think I kind of been vocal about before contracts was even brought up about how I feel about this place. Where I want my legacy to be in this place, and I want to be a Giant for life. And like I said, I've been vocal about that. So, if the conversation gets brought up again, then we'll go from there.
Talk about you slid there to stay in bounds. Can you talk about that play?
Yeah. Got to keep the clock running, 4-minute situation. It's not worth trying to run a guy over and get pushed out of bounds. To kind of learn my lesson from Jacksonville. But yeah, just slid, try to keep the clock running and put my team in a situation to win the game.
You don't think you could have gotten a first down on that?
I gotta go back and watch the film, but I wasn't really focused on trying to do anything spectacular, make a person miss, get what you can get, and get down.
Did you guys realize you had 35 carries, or did somebody have to tell you afterwards?
I guess my body felt it, I guess. You don't really know. I try my best. Obviously, they bring it up and they show it. I try my best not to focus on that and block it out and just stay locked in the game and one play at a time. But like I said, it is what it is. We were able to get the dub, get the win. And it's my job to be a pro and take care of my body.
Did you guys feel as an offense you left points on the board in the first half?
Of course we did.
What was that talking about?
A lot. Definitely was a conversation. We know it, and that's what you want. You want that from your team. You want that from your players. Every single drive, we come out with the confidence that we are able to put points on the board. So no matter what, if we don't come out with a situation where we put points on the board, we feel like we failed. And we just got to continue to keep getting better. It was the little things, to be completely honest. It was the little things, and that's all around. It's all of us. Obviously, being a leader, being captain of the team starts with me. But we'll go back, watch film. It's easier to learn from it and have to cope with it after a win. But make sure we lock in, improve, and get ready for Detroit.
Saquon, you've obviously been part of a lot of losing since you've been here. How does it feel to be 7-2 and you being healthy and being a part of this?
I mean, to be completely honest, it feels good. Obviously, you're not too excited about it because it's a long season. You got to keep going week by week. But being healthy during it, it's not something that I'm shocked about. I believe in having positive thinking. I've been vocal about it when I was hurt that, I feel like we're going to get back on track, and, I want to be part of the reason to help us get back on track. And we're doing that right now, 7-2, great start, especially, coming off a bye week and a loss. That was our mindset, come out and go 1-0, we were able to do that, and now we got to build on that to next week.
How much do you care at this point, like, when you win, if it's quote unquote ugly, or like, obviously I know you guys want to improve on things, but do you even care at the end of the day? Like,
at the end of the day, a win's a win. You just want to, as a competitor, you want to go out there and you want to dominate, but a win's a win. It's hard to win this league. You know, quote, like I know you weren't saying that, but an ugly win, I don't even know what that means. Like, a win's a win, to be completely honest, and we're able to do that.
How does your body feel when you have that many carries? Like when you get carry number 30, do you feel more in the game because you're getting the ball so much, or do you feel like you've taken that many hits at that point?
I would say probably more in the game, get in rhythm, you know, get a flow in the game. I would say more in the game.
You ever remember getting more carries even in like high school?
In high school, nah.
College,
I don't think I ever. In college, college, I touched the ball like 40 times against Iowa, I think. I think that's the most because I had like 20, like, I think I had 28 carries and 12 catches against Iowa. It's going stupid, by the way. But yeah, I think that's the most, but I know that's kind of like the conversation of, you know, how many carries or how many touches I had, but it's my job to be a pro. Go in there, get in the cold tub, get in the hot tub, and get ready for next week.
How does it feel, Dex? 7-2 defense, consecutive turnovers in the red zone. Talk about all that.
Yeah, that's big. You know, just to keep fighting and not giving up, even though they're making big plays like that to get there. You know, it just shows the character of us on the defense and our willingness just to keep fighting for each other.
You and Leo seem to really dominate up front today. Talk about the success you had up there.
You know, our goals each game is, you know, just have everybody on our back kind of thing. Us set the tone and, you know, us take control of the defense. And, you know, so, you know, games like that is what, you know, what our goals are each week. And, you know, we're just going to keep trying to, you know, lead this defense to wins.
When you went out there today, was stopping Pierce the number one goal?
Of course. You know, just watching film, how hard he runs, how fearless he runs, and, you know, just his ability to break tackles and keep going. His balance is amazing. So, you know, our goal all week was to get 11 guys to him, bring him down, and don't let him get started.
Because he only had, what, one big run?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Dex, when you were on the sideline, obviously, Wink said a couple weeks ago the idea of they want to pay attention to your snap count, not burn you out. When you were on the sideline, that's when they hit that big drive and had the 61 yards. You come back, first play, you deck Pierce. Are you almost standing on the sideline like, all right, that's enough. I got to get back out there. How do you manage that in that situation?
No, I wouldn't say it's like that. You know, they kind of. You know, it was a good scheme, block up. They had, you know, two guys on our middle linebacker climbed up, and that's when they bursted. But you know, I always want to be on the field. I feel like I always can help the defense, and no matter what, you know. But I don't think it's a snap count type of thing. It's just, you know, us getting rotating guys in, staying fresh, you know, so I can make that next play like I did on the running back.
Might this be the first time since Clemson you've had that feeling of this is fun?
Football is fun. I mean, losing isn't fun, but, you know, just being here with the guys, you know, just enjoying the fellowship that we have every day, that's fun. And so, I mean, the losing, you know, you just keep trying to learn from that and you keep trying to grow from that and, you know, don't let it take the fun out of football. And, you know, so this year we went in is extra fun, you know what I mean, to have that plus.
Kayvon said, you know, he hasn't seen Aaron Donald in person. He said, but as far as Aaron Donald and Dexter Lawrence, it's him and him as interior defensive linemen.
Mm-hmm.
What's your reaction to that when you hear somebody say that?
He's funny. You know, it's just the respect I'm earning from him, and he's a good ball player. And you know, I don't like, you know, comparing myself to people, things like that. But you know, that's how he views me, and you know, I just want to keep dominating and improving myself to him and to whoever else.
You've said that there's never really been a moment since you got here that you felt like you weren't a dominating player. Mm-hmm. But when you start seeing people react to your playing, it's almost like, where you been? I've been here the whole time.
I mean, yeah, kind of. I mean, winning helps with that. I feel like I'm a guy that always just, want to improve myself and, just show my dominance wherever I am, however I am. Coach Dre, has done a good job, teaching me how to play with my skills, my abilities, my length, my strength, all that, those type of things. And, me being willing to listen to him, it shows, just my humbleness, even though I feel like I have been dominating, but for him to come in and, just teach me, coach me about how to be better. And, it's just all kind of going to fruition now.
He said earlier in training camp he wanted you to use your hands better.
Mm-hmm.
Was that something? How do you do that?
Reps. Just being intentional on whenever I step on the field in practice, in a drill, being intentional about where I'm putting my hands, how I'm using them, what I'm grabbing, things like that to, just until it becomes part of me. So, I preach every week to the guys, like, let's go on the field, let's be intentional what we want to get better at, and, sooner or later it's going to become second nature and, just keep flowing.
Dex, I remember when you were a rookie, and you said to me, you don't remember this, probably, but you were like, we were talking about you being a run-stuffing defensive line when you came out of Clemson, and you told me back then, you said, well, don't forget about my pass rushing now.
Yeah.
Well, this year, people are now seeing that even more. Mm-hmm. Do you feel you're finally getting your attention where, hey, besides me being a run-stuffing defensive line, I can also push that pocket? Is this the year now you're finally showing that?
Yeah, this year, it's just starting to make a little more sense to me. Each year my goal is to grow in my position, learn in my position. And this year, everything is kind of slowing down for me. It's making sense. I'm continuing to build my confidence throughout the whole week and, preparing the right way and, just showing. I just want to keep going and keep trying to stack wins and, get other guys to keep going with me.
Now, you knew Pierce was going to run the ball a whole bunch today, so there was no secret about that.
Yeah, for sure.
And he was dangerous, but
Yeah.
for the most part, you guys contained him.
Yeah, I think for the most part we contained him. I think there was like one big run that he had. Besides that, I think we did a really good job of containing him. And then, in the red zone, we were able to get it off of him, get the ball back to the offense, stop them from scoring points. And I think all day we just did a good job of, playing red zone defense and like not letting them in the end zone, even after they had some pretty good drives.
Yeah, second half, again, this team seems to really turn up the switch, and everything seems to click a whole lot better. Do you have any idea why?
I mean, it's kind of funny, but like we live off of the motto, like take them to the deep end, because it's like we know that third, fourth quarter is like when people get tired, is when it's tough, and it's like the time when you really got to close the game. And I think there's just another mentality, like second win type of mentality just kicks in for the team. And we just all feed off of each other and just play with great energy.
It's 7-2. This is only the third time since 2000 the Giants have had this good a record after 9 games. Wow. How's it feel?
It's a long time. It feels amazing, though. I mean, like I always say, it's after a win or a loss, it's kind of hard to bask in it. Because it's like after we watch film Monday, we're already on to the next team, But at the same time, when I do have time to sit and look at the record, I'm very happy with where we are. And I'm still not satisfied because I know where we want to go and how far away that still is, you know what I mean?
Leonard Williams, thanks for your time.
Yes, sir, thank you.
Talk a little bit about Dexter. He seemed like he was basically in the quarterback's face all day.
All day. I mean, Dexter's, he played outstanding today. Me and Kayvon were laughing and joking about how there'd be times where we see the quarterback getting rid of the ball and I'm like turning to run. And like almost every time right before I turn and run, I see Dex like hitting the quarterback or like in his face or something. And it's just like, I don't know, he's really come along and he's playing outstanding right now.
He seems like a heart and soul, obviously, kind of guy in this room here. Can you describe, obviously personality-wise, Wink earlier in the year talked about how he was his favorite player he's ever coached, which is pretty high praise. What does he mean, in the big picture here for you guys?
I mean, I think, he's a captain of this team for a reason. He definitely brings energy and brings that type of persona to the defense that we need. Guys feed off of him, guys respect him. He does a good job leading and talking when he needs to, and, even more than that, his playmaking ability.
Do you approve of the dance coming out of the tunnel?
Of course. I think people love that dance and want to see it as much as possible. So any chance he gets, we got to see it.
How much fun are you guys having out there?
We're having a lot of fun. I mean, especially when we're winning, especially when we're making plays on defense. And, especially when, me and Dex Interior are making plays together. We feed off each other. I've been playing with him for a long time now. He's like a brother to me. And, it was his birthday, so it was awesome to see him have, such a big day today for his birthday.
How much do you guys believe the blitz could give them a lot of trouble offensively? I know you were blitzing a lot today.
Yeah, I mean, I think Wink, identifies as a blitzing type of coordinator. And, I think he never shies away from it when he's given the opportunity. And, I think we just wanted to get a lot of pressure on this quarterback in passing situations because we knew 31 was going to run the ball. So when they weren't in a running situation, we were going to try to put pressure on them.
Do you think Dex gets enough credit for the season he's having?
I'm not sure because I don't pay attention to the media that much, but I'm pretty sure he's been on notice this year. If no one's noticed him yet, then they must not be watching football,
This is a franchise that has a pretty storied history about its defenses. Do you think you guys are building your own legacy with the way you've played this year?
Yeah, I like that question, actually. I mean, I hope so, as much as I respect the legends and the people who have paved the ground for us and paved the way for us and all that type of stuff, it's like I don't want to always live in the shadow of former teams and former players. It's like I want to be a part of a team that creates our own legacy.
Have you heard from some of those legacy players about what you guys are doing this year? Have you got any feedback from them?
Yeah, actually, I talked to Strahan, Justin Tuck a little bit. Strahan actually sat in our meeting one time after practice and watched film with us and gave us a lot of good feedback on just what he's seen on practice film and stuff like that, and just how we can keep learning from each other and growing as a team and taking it to that next level, like how they knew they could when they were doing it.
Do you feel like you're doing that? You made a comment. You want to be you're going to create your own legacy. Do you feel like you guys are doing that this year at 7-2?
I feel like so far we have been. I can't speak for the future. I can't speak for the past. I'm speaking for what we've done up to this point. I think we have been setting the foundation for a good team, and we have everything ahead of us right now to be a legacy team, and it just takes one game at a time. We can't look too far in the future and overlook a team because it's, we really believe that any given Sunday, if you don't play your best, any team can win. And it's proven week in and week out. And I think that's one thing that this team is doing a good job of is not overlooking any opponent and not looking too far into the future and taking it game by game.
It's easy to say next man up, but then to see Pinnock with a sack and a half, which isn't, the normal safety second, and then Belton his first career pick. How big were those two guys?
It was big because, honestly, we allowed some guys to play to their strengths. Pinnock plays incredibly hard. Whether special teams, whether it's defense, he goes hard. And so we put him in position to, get after the quarterback. And we knew, I think all of us knew he was about to get active this game, and he did. And Dan, if you look at the course of the season, he hasn't been able to show as much with me and Zay out there all the time. But he always is around the ball. I think he had chances on a few picks throughout the season in his small role. And so I think it was inevitable he would get one. And so I'm happy to be on the field when he got his first.
I think his pick was the play after they scored a touchdown, and he was a little late rotating.
Yeah.
You don't get second chances in this game very often.
Yeah, and you got to take advantage. I think Wink's mindset is, say a play happens, you owe us two now. And he took that and made a huge time play in the red zone. So that's double the value. But as a rookie, I think you're going to make mistakes. It's all about how you respond, and so that's a perfect example of something happening and then he responding and making a huge play for us. The only thing I have to say though, we got on him because he ran 100 yards the other way to get in front of the cameras instead of turning around and running 10 yards to the nearest cameras. So I didn't chase him down there. I was like, yeah, he can have it. But I cheered him up when he got to the sideline.
You said earlier this week that the way it was working was Xavier was calling the plays and you were kind of communicating everything else to the defense. So with you calling the plays, did you still have to do that, or did those guys step up and fill your old role?
It was a mixture. I think early on in this week we really learned that it's not going to be like, all right, now you do Julian's role, I do Zay's role as cleanly. I wish it could be as clean. And so it was a mixture of really Dane, Pinnock, Jalen Smith, communicating a lot.
and I was communicating as much as I could with the plays and some other stuff. So it was a group effort.
Julian, this game is kind of a grind. Is this kind of emblematic of just what this team is?
Yeah, I mean, it's never going to be easy. We want to be cleaner for sure. That's kind of the goal, to have clean games. But I mean, this is our style of game right now. What we did today is just getting after it, making some plays, getting some 3 and outs early. I thought we were fanatical on defense today, and the offense made plays when they needed to.
What did you think of Saquon? I think that's 35 carries, career high for Saquon. What did you think of his day?
No, what a day! That's he had some Madden stats today, and so I mean, he's a beast, and he is treated as such, but he's that guy for us, and so it's good to build off of his workload.
So is this team, though, one of the best in the NFL, in your opinion? You're not thinking,
What team? The team we just played, or us?
You. Are you guys?
I mean, that's up to the writers to tell. That's at y'all home, huh? Everybody just...
We're trying to figure it out if you are.
Man, shoot. I thought about it. I never been a fan.
Why are you guys such a great second half team?
I don't know what, as far as timing, I couldn't really tell you why it's the second half and not the first or whatever, situation is. But what I can tell you is that we're resilient. We're a team that we got a lot of players with chips on their shoulders. We got a lot of players that's willing to fight with their backs against the wall. And that's what we just come to do every day. We kind of bring that energy. And once we start really playing that complementary football, we're going, it's going to look great.
2 big stats defensive coordinators always want to see is holding the other team out on 3rd down and red zone. Once again, you guys dominated both of those stats today. What was the key?
Wink, man. I told Wink after the game, just the way he called it up, it was beautiful. Just seeing a true mastermind in his, field. I mean, it was amazing. And just being on the field, knowing, how he was calling and knowing how we're going to go into it. I mean, he Wink going to be the one getting paid. Let's put it like that.
Pierce had that one big run in the first half, but other than that, you seemed to contain him, and then he kept chopping away. How difficult was it to make sure you had him contained so that they couldn't get back in the game?
Football is never difficult. It's never difficult. It's always about the players and who's studied the most, who's put in the most time to what's going to happen. So he's a great back. You can't take that from him. He's going to keep, being a great back throughout his whole career. But I think for us, it's just continue to hone in on our fundamentals, continue to stick to the game plan and know, what we got to do up front.
I know the question for you is like, hey, what, I'm giving you advance or something like
this. This is your question.
This is my question.
Yeah.
People have said, oh, what if he has 1 sack? And the Giants issue, remember? What if he has no sacks, 1 sack, whatever it was, the scenario. Well, you have 1 sack, right?
Yeah,
and
just one.
Through 10 games this season. How do you feel about that?
It's frustrating. I can't say that I'm the happiest that I'm not able to, make more plays, but I think that's the nature of the beast. You come in, you wouldn't really know how good that victory feels unless you've been at the bottom. So for me, I'm just happy to be on a winning team right now and to continue to just get better. And I'm in the NFL. My whole career is ahead of me, so all I can do is just keep getting better.
How much does the winning sort of make it
easier
and better for you, right? I mean, I would assume.
I'm a Laker fan, and when the Lakers start losing, they start pointing fingers. So as long as we winning, ain't nobody gonna be pointing fingers. So we good.